For devout believers, the central tenet of the ancient Chinese religion of Taoism, or the practice of Taoism, is the belief that adhering to certain beliefs and practices can lead to a longer life, a better way of life, and sometimes even immortality. The religious tradition of Taoism actually venerates a group of 8 immortals, or called Baxian, who offer a concrete symbol of the ability to attain immortality, and they transcend the limitations of daily life through beliefs and practices of the way of Tao, or Taoism. They serve as mythological archetypes of immortality achieved through practice of Tao. Among the 8 immortals, Baxian celebrated in Taoism, a number seems to have actual historical existence. So they're said to, been born during the Tang dynasty, which is 618 to 907 CE, or during the Song dynasty, which is 960 to 1279 CE. Well, some of the immortals were real people. The magical and mystical, tales surrounding these practitioners make it almost impossible to distinguish between reality and what's mythology. Today we learned about one of the 8 immortals, or Baxian. This particular person was thought to be historical, living during the time of the Tang dynasty and related to a Confucian scholar of some sort. His name is Han Xiangzi. So Han is his surname. Han Xiangzi is often depicted carrying a flute and is regarded as a deity or patron saint or musician. Legend said that Han Xiangzi, when he was young, he had no interest in his studies and he was really mean to his classmates. When his grandfather actually yelled at him, the young boy was actually, discovered to have magical powers, probably, conjured by his anger. Because he was defying his grandfather, what they want him to do, to go to school and be a good student and be nice to his classmates. But he was mean and he refused to study, refused to go to school. So he was found to have magical powers that he could transform or change the color of flowers around him. Han Xiangzi is said to be the hermit of the group. So out of the 8 immortals, he's the one who's really shy, probably kept to himself. He carries a flute that he used to make flowers bloom and soothe wild animals when they're in pain or fear. He was said to be a student of Lü Dongbing, another immortal that we spoke about earlier. So he's always depicted as holding his flute, Dizi, and he wrote a song called Tian Hua Yin. So probably Tianhua, sky flowers, if I translate it quite literally, and Yin is like welcome. He's, like I said earlier, he was honored as a patron saint of musicians, believed to have, compose magical tune, and this could make flowers bloom and come to life. Him being an immortal, he's related to a Confucian scholar, which is Li Dongbing. He's said to exist during the Tang dynasty. There's a lot of arguments whether he is real or not. Is he mythological, or does he really exist in history at the time? There's no evidence pointing that he is actually a real historical figure, but he was thought to be a grand nephew of an important scholar or a poet, politician by the name of Han Yu, who was said to have dedicated 3 poems that he wrote to Han Xiangzi. So a rather famous literature featuring these 8 immortals, or Baxian, is a story called The Immortals Crossing the Sea, which is Baxian Guohai, which is written during the Ming Dynasty. So in it, the 8 immortals actually cooperate and work together using their powers to cross a choppy ocean. So this particular literature actually immortalized in the idioms or idiomatic Chinese phrase of 8 immortals across the sea, each revealing their divine power. It says 八仙过海，各显神通. Which describes a situation or a scenario where everyone uses their particular abilities to achieve a common goal. So we actually do that in our daily lives, either with relationships peer to peer, friends, family, even at work. So we are practicing the ways of the Ba Xian. So next time when you're gonna maneuver a difficult question, a situation, resolve a conflict at work or within your families or siblings, or even your husband, wife, or partner, or even kids, puppies, kittens, pets, I don't know. Think about this term, which is 八仙过海，各显神通.